Hello everybody, welcome back to Motorsport Manager, second race of our 6th year, or 2021 year, first one in the Endurance Series, WEC, and of course we're in the B division here. We had a respectable showing, just barely second in the first race, but we've got a lot of work to do. Big part of that is financial. I wanted to deal with the length of the last video because obviously pushing 3 hours is a little bit ridiculous, but with the ERS system as it is, I don't think there's anything that I can do significantly to reduce it. Obviously, I could do the races on a faster time compression, a lot of it at times 12 speed instead of times 4, which I mostly used. I can't do that with needing to constantly hit those power boosts. Times 4 is really the most I can manage. If you watched the race, you saw I had some problem with it. So, what I'm going to try to do at some point is get like the hybrid vote in or get ERS removed or something to that effect. I was looking at the GMA votes and look at the first one here. Additional voting power. Mello has time 4. I don't have any. So I think I lost my stored up voting when I left the last job at the Timmix Racing. But they want to go to standard ERS here, which would still not give us the hybrid. Then we've got points for the top 8 drivers, spec engines, and removing double points for the rest of the year. None of that hugely interesting to me at the moment. 42 hours, yuck. Sure. Just going to say interesting, move on. 9 pit stops. Our fastest was 26 seconds and change, so that just gives you an idea. Up from just under 11 seconds, or just over 10 seconds rather, in the last series. Things take a little bit longer. We're not going to be meeting that time again because it takes 30 seconds to switch out the drivers, and we're hoping to only perform 8 a race and switch out the drivers with each one. And we've got our pit crew. Might as well take a look at that. Well, actually, no, because we want to get our sponsor in first. And we have our new offers. We're going to grab those right away. Car repair is finished. And of course, we can't afford to buy any more pit crew or anything else until we get this up. Okay, target position 4th or above, $1 million per race. 17 races, 688K per race, or 18 races, and this is a little bit less than that one, but we're taking the lump sum. We're going to take the lump sum and hope I don't have to do this any more than that, but we need the cash. So that gives us a little over 10 million to play with. Okay, now, as I was saying, hiring pit crew. We've got a few here, and let's see, what do we may be able to be a little bit choosy this time. So let's take a look at, we'll just start on the front jack. So we've got 18s on the front and rear jack. Pretty much looking at 18s for the most part. But not for our backup drivers. So let's just see, because we're going to want to definitely hire you because of your fixing. So let's bring you in. And do you pop up to 19? Or are we back to hitting the right number? Yeah, okay, you pop up to 19. Alright, so we have the whole +2 in place. We got a 20 on the front jack, 19 fixing. You're definitely coming in. Oh, I've got to replace one now? What on earth? Okay, so I have the maximum amount I can have now. Okay. That's fine. Well, we definitely could stand to get rid of Vanderslees. Couldn't seem to find him on that group. Whatever. We'll fire you here. Schmaltz. 20 on the front jack. So you just became our new front jack person. And we'll swap you out with, not Trevino, Pachaki. Who then probably becomes a tire person, I'm guessing. Back up there, could work in the tires wherever we need you. Let's get rid of you as well. You've basically got nothing useful. And 19 rear jack, 19 refueling. Definitely going to want you, despite I don't like your 70 stamina, but your skill's enough that we've got to deal with it. Okay, where's our refuelers? Here we are. Well, first of all, we're going to want Fontaine on the refueling, as well as Diniz, I do believe. And the fixing people we're not going to care about. Even though we got to have them out there, I don't plan on fixing a lot of parts. So I'm going to be a lot less concerned with who's got the best rating out there. But Lamoth, you're coming out. So by taking them, though, we only get... You know what? Let's switch here. You switch to there. Now we got the 19 on the rear jack and the 19 for refueling. There we go. And look at our spot. Best on the grid. Loving that. For our... Let's see. For the fixing spots, let's just have one backup. So we got an 18 and a 17 and then a 19 here. And that's plenty. Let's see if we can't get some better tire people. Well, we certainly not going to get any tire people here. 15 rear jack, 17 refuel. I think I just sort of leave them there. See, we're going to need to get you out of there. And it looks like you're the next best option. And then we'll also, yeah, tires is definitely my biggest concern here. There's no question about that. So let's swap out Gomez. And it looks like we have no choice but to go down to Lucchesi here at 15. Can't do any better unless we're willing to change that, which I'm not. Okay, so we're definitely looking for people that are better on the tires. We'll be switching out, of course, Gomez and Pichaki whenever we can. Granier as well. And hopefully we'll be able to improve that whole scenario going forward for right now. Of course, now that we've got money, we're designing engines. We are absolutely throwing money at these engines as fast as we possibly can. There we go. We're going to gradually lose money again, but looking forward on the sponsors, we're also going to get one in from Gatorade in the next race, and we've got not too far after that, we've got these. We should be able to gradually turn that around if we can get decent results on the track, and that's, of course, a very big if. Okay, so our overall car already down to third. The engine needs work, the spoiler needs work, etc. Other cars are improving faster than us because we couldn't improve at all for the last race. Black Sea. Engine, suspension, and spoiler appear to be the key. So we can yank these out. We'll keep going on the engine, and until I have a better reason to do something else, we'll knock in the suspension there. And yeah, we can always put the spoiler out there as well. So let's keep maxing these reliability numbers. I think that's going to be absolutely vital for the early going. Of course, a full month now in between races. Next engine. Let's see. Yuck. I don't like any of these. Third level? Nothing great there either. I don't want the red zone up for sure. I think I just have to take this one to get here. And frankly, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I just want to go like here. Get another quick one. Yeah, I think I want to get a couple quick engines. No, these cost no time, so if I grab these two, then the next one I can grab this one for improved fuel efficiency. Move on to other parts, because this is only plus 20, and it takes an awful long time to get there. And that's it. None of the rest of these are useful. So we have really, really terrible engine components, and that sucks. But let's just get some quick ones then, because at least we can get these two down here. That will be significant. Let's take a look at the ones we have now and how much of improvement this is actually going to be. So engines now at 577 and 583. This will get up to 646, and then the next one will be up to 666. That's not a huge gain. I still think I want to work on maxing out the reliability everywhere and then going into these. You're up. You know what? I think we're going to go with that 90% level. So you are set. Spoilers, you get out there. Yeah, let's get everything up to 90% and then switch over. We've got some whiners, lots of whiners, and that's it. And there's our new engines. Scouting we don't care about. Let's design one more. Oh, we can't get more than 2. Okay, let's design another one of the same quality since they're fast. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're fast. Okay, so now, yeah, and our car quality is dying. That's fine. Keep bumping those up a little bit. There we go. So it's not going to be for this race, but for the next one, we should really get some improved engines out there. Oh, we maxed this out. When did that happen? Oh, the rear wing can only go up to 80. Why? Because these can go up to 94. So why can the rear wing... Whatever. The nose can go up to 96. The original engines can only go up to 80. Okay, we're going to get the 2 brakes up and the gearbox up. There we go. And then we're going to work on these 2 engines. They'll be 666. All right. And then we need to work on designing new stuff. Now, we already started the brakes, so I think it makes sense to conclude that process. Deceleration plus 20. Here's a plus 40 with, yeah, so we got lots of stuff we can improve on the brakes. Let's see, I think this, and this is where we want to be. You can see overall our car is last. Our engines will be the best though once there's such a volatile nature to this. We're just going to have to depend on our race strategy for this race though to get us a decent result. It's going to rain, which could throw a wrench into all of the normal things that I worked out in the last time. 2.4 miles, likely to be some rain. Engines are the key ones, soft, medium, and hard. Vivian Castelli wants a test track. Nope. Keiji Fujiwara. There are plenty of other good designers out there, and I'm just going to say no. I don't even care how much it ticks you off. We're going to go take a look at that. Where is Muck? Yeah. Okay, and he's really, he's got the hots for one of his teammates. But his morale is really high, so we're fine with that. We definitely can't spend the money doing what he would like. And, okay, yeah, so our brakes and our gearbox is getting up there, but not there yet. And upgraded telemetry center for Baikalis. We're still going to be losing money every race, but we're moving a little bit in the right direction now. Okay, we're looking at 17 degrees. Soft, and I have to think that soft's going to be where it's at for this track. Nothing remotely suiting the hards. So, just in case we might need the mediums, we'll try to work on them, but 10 and 4 is where it's going to be at for us. Picking us 9th and 10th. Yuck. So this one could be a serious challenge. Again, the other cars improving themselves. We have not been able to improve ourselves just yet. We've got a bunch of parts in, but they're not going to be ready. We'll be able to get some of them ready for the next race. Hopefully get these 2 engines out there and do something. Looks like our engine would be the toppest one if we were able to do that. So there's a bright future, but not a bright now. Don't like the whole situation, but there's nothing for it but to get out there and fight for this race which is one of the longer versions of it, looks like. Just missing that little loop with everything that we can. And I still think we want to have our setup preference to be favoring the first two drivers. And we're going to be raining almost immediately, but not quite. So we're going to go out initially on something or other. Good grief, it's going to be super wet. Okay. That seems reasonable. And yeah, I think we're going to want to go with softs. And boy, if this is soft tires, if this is a shorter track, soft tires are not going to cut it. They're not going to be long enough to get us through. That's weird. I thought they would last longer. Okay, I'm going to go back and pick mediums. Okay, so I went through the pre-race setup again. It went extremely similar to last time. I tried to basically replicate the same decisions. We're a little bit different in our setup preference here this time around. I think there is a random element to it. So I'm going to adjust these. But I do have a different tire situation. There we go. So we got 6 softs and 8 mediums. We'll need some softs for qualifying, but we're going to focus on the mediums, I believe, for the race, and that'll give them plenty of distance, it should, to get through a full stint, which, of course, is the most important thing here. Reset this. And then I believe it was, I don't remember if it was Bjork or Goddard that I liked using. I think it was Goddard for the car setup. So, the rain is pretty much the same. Yeah, so I want to get as much time as I can on the medium tires, of course. So, we're going to go out. Race trim, good. Goddard. Race trim as well. At least we don't have to spend any time switching that about. The only ones on mediums, the other one's using softs and hards. Then we're going to have to switch to wets. And here comes the rain. So we'll come in after this lap, I believe. Yeah. That was really short and almost got us to level 1 stint. Thankfully a short track, so we'll be able to make adjustments, get things done as quickly as possible. 72%. We like the speed, we don't like anything else. I'm going to err on the side of oversteer. Maybe about there. And on the side of lower downforce, let's go down to about 22. Don't think I've ever had downforce that low, but I think it's in about the right range. Yeah, and this will be a little bit off, that's fine. Stick with our race trim and switch to wets. %. And okay, we're going to try the same thing here. We'll go down to 22. And 12. That's a little bit much there. Why don't we go up to 0.4? And then handling, a little bit more on the oversteer. Yeah. Then of course race trim and wets. We want to make sure we knock out that race trim right away, then switch to qualifying. Should have lots of time. Main thing we're watching is the weather. It will dry out later. We want to hop right back on the mediums to get them set up. Probably not going to be able to set up softs at all. So qualifying could be iffy. Okay. Both of them say, you know what, downforce went the wrong direction. When you come back in, I will address that. Looking pretty good compared to the other cars because they're all still on dry tires on a soaked track. Which, depending on how much, yep, okay, neither driver liking the handling either. So we basically just botched this from A to Z. If it rains quite a bit during the race, we're going to be looking good. If it doesn't, or just rains moderately with inters, that might not help us. And inters are what usually it is, but the track is so wet right now that I don't see where I've got a choice. Well, probably should have brought one of them in that lap. C'est la vie. Level 2 wets. Level 3 race trim. We're going to come back in and make our adjustments. And switch to qualifying for a bit. Well, actually, for more than a bit, probably. Yeah, okay, we totally destroyed those. 46%. Yikes. Good thing time is not an issue this particular go-round. Okay, so we went from poor to very poor, and we want to get that higher. Yeah. So let's start with this as our beginning point. And we'll go up to 27. Nope, not 27. Let's bring that back to about 6.5. Actually, 6 flat. How about that? That's still 2 degrees on either side. That's a significant boost. And then the handling. Let's try about there. We'll just see how that goes. Goddard. We didn't botch the handling quite as bad here. Okay, we'll once again start from the beginning. And let's go to 6.3 there. Go a little bit higher. Nope, not that high. Okay. 5.8. Forget sometimes how much of a gap this makes. 5.6. Let's call it. I like to leave a little bit room before the edge. Let's go about there. Goddard had less changes to make. Of course, we'll max out wet tires long before we can change them. So the main thing we're concerned about here is getting those wet tires. There they are. And now we're getting qualifying trim. Both drivers saying, you didn't totally screw up the aero this time. Good job. Rain about to go away soon. Qualifying seems to be taking a while to improve. That's weird. Oh, one of them's still on race trim. Doggone it. I somehow managed not to switch them both. So we're going to come in and fix whoever that is. And we're switching tires anyway. Ugh. It's not actually going to hurt us, I don't think, but it still sucks. Okay, we're at 91%. So this was... Oh, I needed to move up much more on the understeer. This is right on here. So the main thing I need to fix... Yeah, main thing I need to fix is the handling. I just need more understeer. Okay, that's easy. Relatively. Let's just hop over there. Then we can fix the speed later once we've confirmed this is right. Yes, qualifying trim. Looks like we got one more in also here. We got the handling in place. We had previously had that in place. What we don't have is this. So we went from poor to very poor, and this is good. I'm thinking we moved it too much. Drop it down to 5.7. We'll leave everything else where it is for now. Qualifying max. And away we go. And I didn't... What is wrong with me today? I didn't switch out the tires. Seriously. My brain is not functioning. Come in, switch tires, go back out. And the problem is, like, that's going to hurt how much medium tires we have for the race. And we might still be able to make it. But good grief. Okay. Goddard. Tire choice. Switch back onto the same set of mediums. Okay, you're excellent here, but handling is a little bit off. Okay, went from okay to good. Handling's great, so let's just boost that up a bit more. Yep, that's the only one we don't have a perfect one of. Okay. So that's... Yep, that's what we're doing there. I think we made the downforce worse. 6.0 was great. Yeah. Okay. So we move it up. So they want a little bit more downforce. Alright, let's see how close we can get with this medium. Gonna be dry the rest of the way. That part is good. Level 1 medium, and we're working our way towards level 2 qualifying. Goodness, this is just a demonstration of how not to run a practice session. Every once in a while I feel like I have these well in hand and then I just brain farts all over the place. Okay. I think we're going to make it though. Only because of how long the practice session is and how short the track is. That's the only reason we're going to make it. I could have gotten in a little bit on the softs, but I'm not too worried about that. About to hit qualifying trim. Don't care there. I want to hit the mediums. Then I should have time to come in for some start and stops and totally firm up that setup. And I will switch to softs probably for that. Just because. We'll go around once more. And then we'll come in. Okay, so this is all going to work out. Despite my self-induced heart attack. Okay, so we're switching to soft tires and fine-tuning the setup. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so we need that little bit more in speed. Oh, we still haven't hit the handling. Okay. Handling was good. Okay. So this is good. This is good. That's great. And this is back to good. So we actually need to do like that, I think. There we go. That should be really super close. Tire choice, softs. Go, go, go. Mueller. What say you? And I think we just got the last piece of the puzzle for you. Let's not forget our tires. Okay, we need a decent amount more on speed. A little bit more understeer. And that's it. I think that's super close right there. And you head out. I think we're doing start and stops here. Just to check in and make sure there's no last second adjustments we want to make. Good grief. Why are we off? This is exactly why we double checked. 97%. Okay, first of all, the speed balance. Okay, we need just a hair more top speed, but then this was good. This was great. So we need a little bit more understeer in between them on understeer. And then just slightly more top speed. Okay. I'm hoping that right there does it. Especially since our last try. What about Mueller? What do you say? Almost. 98%. A little bit more top speed. Try to keep this as close to where it is as we can. Because that might be down too far. Let's try that. See if we can get that last little bit of performance out. May at most get level 1 on soft tires, and we wouldn't be using it anyway. Well, we will use it for qualifying. And nope, we're not even going to get that. Goddard, perfect. Mueller, perfect. Okay. So a bit on the nerve-wracking side, but we are set up where we need to be for qualifying. Don't have soft tire bonus, but with as much as it rained, we can't really complain about that. We got the race trim in the mediums, which is what we needed. See if we can set a decent time. And starting back in the field is not a problem, but getting the sponsor bonus is. Well, we've got somebody insulting how much we're paying Kesthelyi, and I don't get that. They're cheap compared to our other drivers. You should be complaining about everybody else. She's a good deal, and I'm sticking with that. Good amount of rain for qualifying, as we need to figure out just how bad we're going to be in this race. At least on a pace point of view. Okay, it's going to be drying out later. Never know how much it's going to be drying out, though. I still think we need to go out and set a time on inters, because we don't know if we're going to have time for, to get in. Well, boy, I'm going to wait because of how quick the laps are here. But we are going to go, we'll go with Kesthelyi and Goddard, Muck and Mueller. Qualifying trim. I almost wonder if it's better to qualify on mediums, but we'll just go qualifying wet and use the soft tires. And we might as well change our tires to the softs that we're going to use. We'll just speed this up and run through these opening moments. Speed it up a little more. Let's check out the weather. Yeah, we will. Chill. We will. It's going to dry out. All right, slow down. Dry out, it's going to stay dry. So, I think we want to go out... We'll go out about 13-minute mark to start. So we're letting everybody just get out there and do their thing, and we're down to last because everybody else has set times and we haven't, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go ahead and do that. Off you go. Okie dokie. .3 for Muck, 7.8 for Castelli. I can't argue with those kinds of numbers. Let's back off here. Back off. Back off. Oh my goodness. Wasn't paying attention. So we're going to make sure that Muck gets a second try at this due to me being stupid. There we are, Castelli ready to make a run. Of course, we're still getting good times here. It's going to stay dry the rest of the way, so we shouldn't have a problem just switching tires and sending him back out. We should be able to get 3 runs at least at this. I think 3 is it. And he's not happy with it. Let's see where Castelli runs in. So she's pretty happy with it. Now we're dropping down as the others get second times. Let's see, am I sure at like a minute 20 per lap or something, that'd be 4 minutes. Yeah, I still don't see any reason why we can't give him a second run. So I'm going to do that. Sorry about the screw up, buddy. Go get him for a second try. And then we're going to switch drivers in the second car. Just in case I might happen to screw up tires again. Because she was able to at least get tires for one good run at 7.8. We're going to switch to Goddard. And switch your tires. Alright, and here comes Muck. And he's basically, in terms of our drivers, he'll have the track to himself for a while due to the driver change, so I have absolutely no reason to botch this. And his form is down some from before, 5.2 instead of 6.2. We'll get the other tire temp up later. Right now, I'm only concerned about him getting a good run. There we go. Perfect and good. Even better than standard. Okay, you go get him, Muck. You show him you're better than I let you show the first time. Goddard, perfect and good as well. Excellent. And here's Muck, not really taking advantage of the opportunity that highly. Nope. Driving slower than he did the first time. That's what he thinks of what I did for him there. Giving him a second shot at it right away. And Goddard, not winning any awards either. 5.6 on the form. Yes, sir, it was pretty lame. Yeah, so I don't like what we're showing here. We do have to switch. Okay, but our two times there looking really good, and part of that is one of their times is showing up on wet tires. So that's helping us out. Goddard now down to third. Others will come in. Fourth. Okay, we're going to make the switch to Muller. Go, go, go. And Goddard, you have enough time. So you can just go ahead and switch tires and go as well. No reason for you not to try for a better time there. Start yours going up, and let's work on Muller here. Just a little bit high on the brake temps there, but he's only driving at 4.4. Nothing to be done about that. We'll just see what he can do. And Goddard slightly high as well. Muller, though, with a decent first segment. Not that good, actually. About where the other ones have come in. But you can see our average time plus 0.3 seconds here. That's not too terrible. So I do think that we're reasonably competitive, especially when we start throwing on medium tires that we actually have set up for. Okay. Well, I'm not going to cry about it. And not happy with that last lap, as he shouldn't be, but we're securely up in getting the sponsor bonus. I think we actually, well, we're falling down here a little bit at the end, but still, I think we qualified about the same or slightly better than we did last time. And we know how that turned out. So overall, I'm pleasantly surprised with how that went. Gotta love the comment here. Great qualifying, better than most races, LOL. And says our drivers were looking good as usual. Meanwhile, another fan says Peroto should consider delivering pizza. PR stuff, nothing going on there. Okay. My main concern is the weather, but it is going to start off good. So let's take a look. It's going to start off good, but boy, is it ever not going to stay good. The thing is, like, how long is that until it gets wet? That's the problem. Like, how long is that until it gets wet enough to need inters? And do we want to go to inters or straight to wets? We definitely got to go to inters, given how long it's going to take to ramp up. And I think what we're talking about here is a real early pit stop that everybody's going to need. Because I think there's enough time in there that I don't want to do it immediately. Of course, we don't know, you know, how, we don't know very far ahead. So that could be an issue. If they were expecting wet weather right away, we'd be on that. So now, pretty much everybody else is probably going to be on softs and just burn them. I'm going to... Boy, this is tough. How much rain are we going to get? Is it going to dry out later? I don't know. But I think it's best for me to go with the 15% mediums, because it's unlikely we're going to spend a bunch of time on wets. So we're going to go there. We're going to stick with our setups. Okay, our driver strategy is definitely going to be to burn whatever tires we have out there initially, and I'm going to stick with the mediums because of how much bonus that we have with them. We're definitely going to go with, you know, fuel burn of normal. And I'm wondering at first, I'm not going to bother. How much fuel do I want to take? And I don't want to take, I mean, do I want to, like, the refueling will actually matter on the first stop because of the whole switching driver thing. I'm going to start with muck, and I'm going to go with, now there's high fuel burn on this. So I don't think we can drop it as much as we could before. So I'm just going to drop down 10 laps. And then we'll... Yeah, I'm just going to drop down that and then not refuel at all. And then we'll see, like, that might be conservative, but I don't know exactly how much to do here. Okay, yeah, and everybody's starting out on soft, so that must be the thing to do. And here we are. Castelli 10, 8, and 5 for Goddard. That's very nice. And then Muck 5, Mueller 4, Negrau 8. So if his form stays high, maybe we'll want him to take that second spot instead of Mueller. We'll see. Let's go and speed this up. I meant to have the medium tires on. I threw softs on. I'm not going to bother resetting it. Because this is going to be a short early stint. 9.7 for Castelli, not so high for Muck. And here we go. We are off. Yep, medium engine mode's where we want to be. Castelli working her way up, or trying to. Now in terms of the power boost, I'm thinking right after this turn. There, we come back straight towards the finish. There's that little hitch there. I think that's when I want to do it. Castelli down to 20th. Look at everybody using their power boosts already. Damp, but not that wet. Yep, I like that spot for the power boost for sure. Let's go back down to neutral on the tires. And Castelli making a couple passes. May not hold them, but still, we're doing pretty well. And the question here, of course, is how long do we stay out? But I'm liking the way we look in the early going. It's not too bad. Nobody else coming in yet. We'll stay out with them. Castelli now out of her fired up spot. Of course, Muck not even there yet. And on this first stop, we're just basically going to change tires and go. We're not going to be out there doing anything else. Caught up, but could not quite make the pass. I'm actually wondering if I want to change drivers now that I think about how long. We'll have to check how long the tire change is going to take. But I'm thinking no. Castelli makes a pass, then they take it back. Okay, let's slow down here a bit to switch back to push. I think I'll ride at ×2 for a bit here. And let's see, Muck, where are you at? You're going to be next up for a boost. We're already starting to get lapped. That is not my main concern. Makes a couple passes, back up to 21st. So he's trying to stay competitive. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to take their advice on it this time. Now, I only want to bring in one of them at a time. So let's bring in Muck first. And if we switch now to inters, gives it even an estimated time, a little over an hour. Okay. Yeah, see, the mediums even don't give us a full driver set. A full driver distance. And that's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to make... Oh boy, maybe make an extra stop. In any case, this is going to take 29 seconds. And if I switch out a driver, let's say I put him in. 33. 4 extra seconds. Not worth it. Not worth it. Just switch out the tire and go. And let's see, 61 to 65 laps. Yeah, I think we're going to want to bump that up to like 70. We are going to want to add some fuel. Doggone it. Well, actually, that's okay, because the fuel adding is nothing compared to... And I should have run with lower fuel because they can add fuel for less time than the tire change. Yeah. Should have done that. Still learning these things. Boy. I don't like that risk factor. But... You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go safe. That risk factor is high enough. I'm going to go safe. So. Switching to inters. 10 laps of fuel. And safe. Okay. And then we'll... let him come in. We'll have Castelli do it on the next lap. After this wonderful little burst. Switch to inters. 10 laps of fuel for you as well. Safe it is. And we're going to go neutral then on neutral on the tires now. Another good stop. Neutral on the tires. Okay, and Muck is ready to speed away. And boy, I don't know about these others staying out there. Let's see. No, we're catching up to them. We're catching up to them quickly. So they made a mistake by staying out as long as they did. Wasn't even really paying attention to them, but now they're going in. So we win that battle a little bit. Yeah, we don't need a speed burst as much on this track. So I think I can speed this up some. I'm just going to wait until the energy bar fills up, the battery. We can get this race done a little bit faster. We're at 16th and 19th, or let's see, 4th and 7th, which I can very much live with. There we go. Temperature's staying about the same. Let's see. And you've got a little bit more energy left. So he's fallen off some. But that might be due to others using power boosts. We shall see. Look at him scrambling all the way up to 18th. And Castelli not that far behind Vandergaard for third. And actually only Stoneman really ahead. So I very much like where we're at so far. That pit stop lead early on really helped us. And yeah, we did pretty well there, but then they just held out the burst longer than we did. That's no big deal. So we're half an hour into the race, and we're looking pretty solid. Got up there for a minute and then couldn't hold it. There'll be a lot of that back and forth, I think, going on out here today. And then just pops just in front. Almost 2 seconds back now was Castelli. Let's see what she makes up on this burst. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, up to second. Now may not stay there, but up to second overall in Class B. Very nice. So I like where we're at. I like it very much. That's okay. You did well. You did well. And now she's out of juice for a while, but she's driving at 9.2. And she got the lead down to 4 seconds. So Stoneman probably a little nervous up there, I'm going to guess. We'll get one more good long run here with Muck. And just enough to pop him up to fourth. So, yeah, second and fourth, almost up to third. We're looking very good. Let's bank some energy. Probably lose some spots. That's okay. And right now I'm looking at how the tires are doing. Temperature slowly going up, but I think they're holding fine. My question was, do I want to back off on the tires? And I don't think I do. I might actually want to go a little bit more aggressive later on. Let's slow things down again and burn some more. Castelli still in second, but has dropped all the way back to 9 seconds. And not in second by much. Let's use a good amount of it and cut off a good amount of that lead too. So, I mean, that's a really good burn spot in this race. A lot of time is going to be gained there. If they're saving more of their car's energy for later, then that could be interesting. So Muck back up to fifth and hoping to get more. So yeah, we fall behind and then we catch up with the power boosts. That didn't work too well. I ended up getting stuck behind and couldn't find a way past. Could have definitely gone better. Down to on about a second and a half there it was. Stoneman, the leaders, right in front. Feeling really good now. Muck in 5th is going to take another shot at getting up to 4th. Up, drop back to 6th temporarily. And did get by there. Don't know if he holds it though. Can we even get close to the lead here? It's possible. Pulled up to within about the same amount. They burst away. That's fine. Okay, so we have, less than 20 minutes, I think, until our next stop. And let's see. Tires are fine. Let's push them for a bit here. I'm going to stay on ×4 speed because I want to push the tires. Just get some natural speed out of here. Want to get them up close to, but not quite to the max. Because Castelli closing the gap but not getting there. Clearly not as fast as the top car. But that's okay. Muck not driving as well now. Let's see if we can extend it all here. Got some people right behind him. And that was a nice little push. And now it's time to go neutral again. Let's go ahead and fast forward this a bit. "12 seconds in between cars, so we still have to do our changes in between laps. And that's probably good enough. Let's do some more power boosts at the end of this stint here. 2nd and 6th, though. We're picked 9th and 10th, and we're 2nd and 6th. Just over the 1 hour point at the Black Sea. I'm calling that a positive development for sure. And surprised actually I'm only 8 seconds back now with Castelli, because she's got quite a bit of power to burn. And okay, we're going to be wanting to be on inters again. Definitely at our next stop. Yeah, there's a lot of tight racing here in the middle of the pack. And if we can find enough efficiency somewhere to get our way clear of it, that would be great. And that's a nice little burst. Got hung up for a minute, but he found his way through it. Well, I think we just had a problem with the locking up the tires. We did. But we've been able to stay close behind Stoneman. That's some nice work. And 110 here. I think we'll send Muck into the pits on the next round, perhaps. Actually, with the situation with the medium tires, I think I want to keep them out extra. And look at all this fuel. Oh my goodness, we have a ridiculous amount of fuel. Looks like we only need, for a normal size stint, we only need about 40 laps of fuel. So we sure botched that up. We're carrying way too much. But I think I want to keep the drivers out a little bit extra and have them take shorter stints next time on the mediums. I think that's what I want to do. On the other hand, the weather, yeah. I think I want to go inters about the peak of this curve, which is coming up pretty soon. I definitely need to find a better way of calculating needed fuel at the start of these races. That's going to be vital. Okay, we closed up right behind, and now where's Muck? Okay, we're going to bring him in now. I think it's time. So, tire choice, fresh inters. Driver. Yep, they're both at 6. Definitely going to bring Mueller out there. We'll go with... I don't think we need that much. I'm going to go with 40 flat. And the safe pit stop. And then Kazthelyi, take one last burn. Couldn't quite get there. And you'll come in this time. Bjork or Goddard? Goddard's better. Inters. 40 laps of fuel. Safe pit stop. There we go. And there's Dirk Mueller. Let's see Kazthelyi's pit stop here. Quality. And of course it's no longer him, or her rather, it's Zane Goddard. Nobody else has come in for the second time yet. We need not concern ourselves with how far behind we are. Goddard has some time to chill, but let's burn some energy with Mueller and get the cars back down on that so that we can take some more running at it. And it's about as wet as it's going to get. It's going to start drying out before long. Mueller gets a pass, not the first one that he will achieve. Burn it, Zane. And McKellis came out right in front of us here. So Mueller's job is to pass them. Make it happen. And we did, for the moment. Had another one pit behind us, so we are in 7th and 9th. And this is a good time to just take a nice little speed course. Now, temperature, it's getting warmer and warmer. So, yeah, definitely not going to want to go more aggressive with the tires. And we're now an hour and a half in, 6th and 8th. As more cars come in and pit. And actually, we're 1st and 2nd among cars who have pit. That's the key thing to keep an eye on. Mueller is in his top zone, and Goddard will get there soon. I'm going to wait a little bit longer and get this... Let this temperature, or the gauges fill up a little bit more. 75. I don't want to go really above that. There we go. Zane Goddard feeling good about himself. He's fourth, or an adjusted first place. The more this goes, the better I feel about this race. I think we're going to be in really good position here. No, that was a mistake. Come around again. Cars are too close together to burn them on the same lap. It's not a very long track, so they'd have to kind of be close to really opposite sides for that to work. There we go. I'm starting to get just a little bit long with those burns, too. Want to get as much out of them as I can, but definitely don't want to overcook them. And up to second place. Passing, I mean, we're ahead of a couple cars that haven't even pit the second time yet, so. That was pretty good. Yeah, and I think Goddard's in Goddard, Castelli, etc. in good position to win this race. I'm not like calling it for us or anything yet, but we're feeling very good about things. Now, it doesn't hurt that we're, fired up with both drivers right now, but I mean, less than about a 20-second lead, roughly, and they've still got to come in and pit. They're about almost 20 seconds ahead there of, 10 seconds, ahead of the next car that hasn't pit yet. That is remarkable. Now, Mueller just overtaking Perotto, and that's a big pass. That puts us in, again, back into first and second among cars who have not yet, or who have come in for that second pit stop, I should say. There we go. There goes another one. Another pit. So we're only waiting on Stoneman. And their tires are not very good. They're wearing them down too far. And not to mention, Stoneman himself has to be just totally worn out. So Mueller happy with himself. The rain about to go away here. Track will start drying out more than it already has. And there it is. Zane Goddard is leading the Class B endurance race. Let's speed along some more. So yeah, that fuel really make a big difference for us here. As we zip around the track, you can see, Goddard now almost half a minute ahead of the field. So we have to botch things. This is looking really, really good for Alpine Matmut. And if we stayed here, you can see that we would take over the lead from Dragon Speed. So all of a sudden, the season championship very much more back up for grasp. No. Zane Goddard slides back. Yeah, we're getting a little crazy here with car number 1. So your next time around, Mueller, go ahead and hit the gas for you. Almost up to 90% for Goddard. I think right about there, after that second little small turn, that's when we want to back off the gas. I am still concerned about the medium tires, and for that reason, I do think I want to run these guys beyond the normal time. Try to get them a few extra laps, a few minutes out there. I may not need to do that, but I don't think it's going to hurt. We're at the very least keeping that 30-second lead. So I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing and watch the weather. Yeah, we've lapped a lot of them. Look at this gap just growing. I'm not sure exactly why that is. Maybe I'm thinking maybe they're having fuel problems. Like they're adding too much fuel on their changeovers. And if that becomes a thing, a permanent thing, and it may not, but if it does, then on some of these tracks we're going to have a really big speed advantage. And it's not even going to be a fair competition. Go with one more run from Mueller, and then we can speed this up again. We're just over a third of the way through this. And we are pulling away, regardless of the reason, we are pulling away seriously from the field. Right now we just want to play it safe and make sure there are no surprises. Now it's drying out. That's another thing. That's going to play a big factor into when we switch over. We're seeing no signs of anything but it staying dry. Whoa, hold on. Hold on just a moment. I'm not sure why. We definitely totally misjudged the fuel here. Well, where's Mueller? Right here, just past the finish line. Okay, we have no choice but to go low and pit, but given how much time he's been out there, I think we're looking at... Yeah, I need to have, like... I really miscalculated that. I need to have closer to 60 laps of fuel. Okay, so I need to put him out... Well, this is going to cost us a pit stop no matter what. So, I think maybe bring him in quick, give him just enough fuel to get back out there and finish his stint. Might be a better way to do that, but I can't think of it. Go low. Goddard, go low. Oh my goodness, you're not even in. You ran out of fuel and I didn't even tell you to stop. Okay, this is going to cost us a lot. A lot of time. 18 seconds. Yeah, just use up all your power boost. Get yourself around a little bit faster. And then Goddard, you're going to come in now. This is really, really terrible mistake. And I'm just going to give them just enough time in the pit stop. Yeah, I mean, we're way ahead of everybody. So that is the thing. I think we're still going to be okay. It's just... yeah, he ran out too. And so the 18 laps there is... I'm hoping to give him just enough to get back out there and finish their stint. You know, don't spend any more time than you have to. There we go. And here's Mueller finally coming in. Ugh. Okay, so we're going with 55 to 60 laps instead of 40. I'm thinking 55 laps is probably enough. We're going to go with 60. Okay, now go medium. So at least boost back up to ×4, and you've got plenty of fuel, so let's gain it. Yeah, Mueller lost a spot. Goddard did not. Mueller lost a spot. Okay, so now we need to refocus here, because this race no longer totally belongs to us if we don't stop screwing it up. So just a really bad miscalculation there. It may very well cost Mueller second place, cost us some points. We'll see. We'll see. There's still over half the race to go. I don't want to panic about that just yet. Give this one more whirl with Goddard before we speed up time for a bit. And actually, I'm not going to speed up time because we're getting close to where we want to change tires. I may not even be able to go to 112. Yeah. Bring in Goddard now. Switch to mediums. Yeah, and we're not going to be able to go the whole time. So we're going to have to throw in like an extra tire change. We just need to bake that in. So we're going to switch to Bjork. He's got great form right now. Now... we're going to be out there for, okay, about 56 minutes approximately is what we can handle. So that's not going to be quite as much fuel either. We're going to go with 45. Well, that says only, oh, no, okay, yeah, 45. We're going to continue on the safe. Get Mueller in there too. Now the other thing is With the temperature, I was thinking I might be able to conserve some on the tires and get some more out of it. Let's try that here. Let's go up to 50. No part repairs needed, of course. Pit strategy, safe. No, 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 no. Goodness, we gotta switch drivers. We're gonna switch to Negrau, who is gonna burn our fuel and mess up our tires. Okay. So we're definitely... You know what, let's just give him some extra fuel, just to be safe. Switch tires. There we go. So yeah, still lots of things to think about here. Bjork is in second. We're back out, and okay. Yeah, Negrau is fired up, but I can still. You did remember last time I was still able to use his power boost. So let's still knock down our energy level. And Bjork just took the lead back. An important development for us. He's driving at 8.9. He's driving great, and he's still got his fired up period to go later. Here's Negrau again. Vaulting his way back up into now 5th. And all these drivers are going to pit. We're still going to have the top 2 spots. Still. All right, let's speed this up. Now, temperature-wise, we're just going to get up to 24 degrees and stay there. Yeah, why don't you do something about it then? Unbelievable. Whining at me about something you won't let me control. That's probably good enough. Bjork winning the race by half a minute, despite our extra pit stop. Okay, yes, you wanna do exactly that. Conserve and medium on the fuel. I probably have too much fuel for you, but we'll live with it. Here we go, Bjork. I just want to get you a little bit out of the red zone, and then we'll go back to neutral. Okay, so I think I actually want to go conserve here, and then I'll go low with fuel later if I need to try to stretch, get as much distance out of him on this stint as I can, because I don't want to have to send him back out there any more than I have to. Like, you're on conserve. That's where I want you to be. What's your position on the track? Oh, there you go. Just came around the corner. Ugh. Okay, you got stuck behind a couple of Class A's. That sucks. Very nice. And Negrau, yeah, I mean, we're still destroying the competition. Absolutely destroying it. Which we shouldn't be, as bad as some of the decisions I've made have been. Okie dokie. Let's speed this up for a bit. I'm watching Bjork's tire temperatures at the moment as we speed our way towards the halfway point here in Black Sea. And that should just about do it. We'll have to pop those back up to neutral. Neutral there. Russell has retired, who is one of the Class A drivers. Second race in a row, a Class A driver has retired. Let's go with never. What do you think about that? Never. Gonna burn some extra here just because you have it. There's Bjork. Use whatever you have. Oh, yep, there you go. Just around the corner. There we are. Bjork driving perfectly, and a Grau at 5.1, not bad. You know, I'm thinking just now that a big part of our success at the moment is probably that we got the medium tires worked up in practice. The other teams probably didn't. So we're pretty competitive before that. It was right when we switched tires that things started taking off for us. I definitely put too much fuel out there for a Grau. But having said that, yeah, let's slow this down again. I think I'm going to boost or lower the fuel usage. We get down a little closer here. Just want to stretch this out. Oh goodness, I was boosting Bjork when he wasn't even over there. No wonder Negrau didn't look like he was going faster. Okay. Not the end of the world, but could have done without that. So we've now, with both cars have lapped all but just a few. And, you know, gonna lap the rest here soon. So this is really, frankly, this is utter domination considering the screw-ups. Bjork the better part of a lap ahead of even McGraw at this point. Of course, again, that's because of the earlier unpleasantness. So yeah, only one other on the lead lap, and that's not even going to last very long. Let's see. Let's go ahead and speed this along. Hold on, because I want to. Well, I don't think the tires are going to last long enough, and I don't think we need to get too cute with this due to our lead. So we'll just speed this along until we need to come in. And it looks like Bjork's tires are going to go a little bit sooner. Got that 30%. We're going to wait a little bit longer. We know. I should probably take those notifications off, though they can help in some circumstances. Okay. Let's see. One more lap. We'll get Bjork around for one more lap. Did get him in just over an hour. There we go. Go ahead and come in. It's going to stay dry. There is no grip, but we're going to start getting some eventually. So we're just going to keep switching over. And if we look at the fuel, yeah, we're about right there. I think it was 45. It's going to go up to 50. Just going to play it safe. I'm going to go up to 50 laps. Because Thelye will be the new personage. Play it safe. We're just going to be cautious here. And we'll switch back to Muck, who is not driving that well at the moment. So, you know what? Why don't we go with Mueller again? He's not quite there, but almost. And these are shorter stints, slightly. So. So far, so good from the pit crew. 2.5 hours left. And frankly, we're far enough ahead now that, well, I'll do it for Mueller. Well, they're going to have to pit soon too now. We're far enough ahead. I'm just going to ignore the power boost. I think I have the luxury on this track of just going. Just freaking go. And that way we can get the race done sooner. Now, if this gets remotely close, I'm obviously not going to be able to do that. But right now, I'm hoping I can just burn through it. And then I can just, you know, wherever you are on the track, speed burst, wherever you are on the track, just burn through it. That way, at least we're using it. And we're talking about 1 minute plus leads. We're talking about good weather the rest of the foreseeable future. And we're just trying to burn through. This is still, of course, going to take quite a while. Just not going to take as long as it would otherwise. So, assuming the standings stay the same, yeah, I mean, we're going to have a modest lead over Dragon's speed and CEFC TRSM less so. But, you know, perfect score obviously for this race. And this is sort of the breakthrough that we needed in order to do better in this season. Because we're going to have more engines coming in and everything else later. So yeah, we're up above 90. Let's go ahead and burst it all. And let's go ahead and drop to conserve. I'll just do one car at a time so I make sure I don't mistime it. I just want to extend the life of the tires. Although, given the stops we're going to need to make, I actually don't think that's going to be helpful. So I'll stop doing that. Driving time at 1:48, noted. Two hours left. 1/3 of the race to go. No sign of this doing anything but just getting better for us. And let's burst again. Never. Let's try never. And Mueller at 1:48. Keep on, keeping on. Ride along with our leader for a bit. Give ourselves a small change of scenery. Okay, there's no reason to push it any further than this. After this lap, she will come in. Okay, we will switch to Zane Goddard. We will switch tires. We'll boost our fuel options back up to 50. Parts are fine. Safe. All of that stuff. Then we'll have a small stint at the end for Bjork again. And we'll get things going a little bit faster once more. Mueller still has a bit of time left. Everybody out there having a nice little joyride. We're down to 30% on the tires. It looks like we could probably drop to 45% on the, or 45 laps of fuel. We don't need to by any stretch. But let's go ahead and bring him in. Muck, you're going back out. Fresh tires. There we go. Now we've got repairs happening for drivers to fall even further behind. Frankly, there isn't a whole lot else to say about this race, even though there's more than an hour left on the clock. It's just wrap-up time. Oh, yes. I missed that. Let's go fix it. More drivers repairing, coming out on hard tires, which is kind of amusing. Nothing you do matters at this point. More pit stop repairing. So yeah, nobody within 3 minutes of the lead now. You remember, it was like about a minute gap for several cars on the first race in Ardennes. That's not the case today. And both drivers, plenty of time. I'm not going to have to pit till we get down to somewhere around half an hour. Just switch to muck for a bit. Just for the fun of it. Oh, goodness. Missed it again. And frankly, my biggest motivation to use that is just to keep the game from automatically slowing down the race. So otherwise, I really could care less. Got our driving time warning, and we're about to get one from Muck. There it is. What? Yuck. Almost an hour of racing left. Okay. Go low. Although actually, we've probably got time. Let's see how long it would take to repair it. 23 seconds? Piece of cake. Okay. Yeah, let's stay where we are and we'll repair it next time we pit. Give those repair crews something to do. So we're going to want to bring one of them. It's definitely going to be Goddard. Bring Goddard in a little bit early. Just so that there's room to bring in Muck behind. Well under an hour now to go in this one. Our lead continues to expand. Only the 2 cars that are ours on the lead lap. But Dragon Speed has improved their positioning. So if that stays that way, our lead is smaller than it could have been. I want to come in pretty soon here. Let's make it now. Let's not push it. Okay, so we could go with either driver, but of course she's at the limit. So we got to go with Bjork at this point. Switch tires. See, fuel options. Parts should be fine, but we'll fix your rear wing as well, just for fun. And then no way we'll need more than 40 laps, and probably not that much. Not with that much time. And of course, you know, I should start fixing a part each pit stop that's less than the thing, because the part fixing takes less time than the driver switch. Goddard, you're coming in. Or Muck, rather, excuse me. Going back to Negrau. Tires. Part condition, fix. Recharge is fine. There we go. But yeah, I should start trying to repair whatever part I need to. It's going to take less than 30 seconds. I mean, it doesn't hurt. We know, I was just getting to that. And both drivers with excess fuel. That means I could also, I could load in a little bit more fuel. I could drive the cars harder. Let's see, is there anything that takes more than 30 seconds to repair? Let's try that. Okay, yeah, 50 seconds. Those we don't want to mess with. 52 seconds. So the nose we can repair. The brakes, no. Yeah, really it's just the nose and the spoiler. Everything else is going to cost us time. Okay, so never mind. We don't want to overdrive it for that purpose. Negrau, driver mistake. Okay, went a little wide on the corner. I could care less. Yes, you should. That's going to get old really fast. Okay, now you're back to normal. And now you can go back to neutral on your tires. And the last 20 minutes of this race is upon us. Back to Bjork. Both drivers more fuel than they need. But again, it was not necessary to try to calculate that out precisely because we are so far ahead of the game. Lead overall back up to 3 minutes plus and growing. Final drivers several minutes behind. Bjork is going to end this race in the zone, or at least spend some of the final laps there. Well, 7 pit stops. Some of them got away with as few as 5, and we still run away with it. Bjork takes the bow in the winner's circle. Great job, everybody. Okie dokie. So we were, we were like 20 some laps behind, 20 laps behind the worst Class A. So it just shows you the gap. But then several laps ahead of some of these. And there we go. We don't get to see our images, but we do get to see ourselves listed on the podium. I was wondering how they did that. Went 1,051 kilometers in the time and 1,047 there. That's how they measure the gap, I guess. And our drivers now in second and third. Well, we did take the lead, and Dragon's speed improved towards the end of that race, so they are close behind us. It looks after 2 races like it's a 2-team thing. Baikala's not doing that well. Maybe CEFC TRSM Racing can make a push, but looking like it's a 2-horse race. Made that look easy. Superb win for them. Indeed it was. Okay, so once again, Chairman's really happy. We got a nice boost to our marketability. The driver form was decent for Muck, pretty good for the other 2. Very strong on this end of things. And I'd like to thank everybody for making up for me botching the strategy. Pretty much throughout that weekend, I made a number of mistakes. And our brakes are finished. We've got more pit crew. We've got lots of stuff to do. But we've got 3.5 weeks until we head off to Tandela, during which time we'll be trying to make some more improvements to the car. And now we're fighting for the title. We're not just here, we're fighting for the title. We'll see if we can repeat this performance or if this was just a one-off. And I'm thinking probably more of a one-off, but we'll see. We're definitely in the hunt to promote first year. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back with more Motorsport Manager coming up soon.